Parsha KiTavo, when you come in. Devarim 26 verse 1 by David ben David. Shalom Aleichem. In this week's reading, we find the instruction to mind our behavior when entering the special land promised to our forefathers. In Devarim 26 verse 1, we read, "And it shall be when you come into the land which Yahweh Elohim is giving you as an inheritance, and you possess it, and dwell in it." And Devarim verse 16, 26 verse 16, "Today Yahweh Elohim is commanding you to do these laws and right rulings, and you shall guard and do them with all your heart and with all your being." What about today? In our modern day and age, do we still have to mind our behavior in the same way the Israelites had to when entering the promised land? We read about the blessings for obedience in Devarim 28 verse 1. "And it shall be, if you diligently obey the voice of Yahweh Elohim to guard, to do all his commandments, which I'm commanding you today, that Yahweh Elohim shall set you high above all nations of the earth. And all these blessings shall come upon you and overtake you, if you obey the voice of Yahweh Elohim." Today, Bible believers find themselves outside of this special promised land and do not keep these instructions as per Torah anymore. Are these blessings and curses found in our reading portion still applicable for us today? Yeshua's words ring true even today. In Matthew 5 verse 17, "Do not think that I came to destroy the Torah or the prophets. I did not come to destroy, but to fulfill. For truly I say to you, till the heaven and the earth pass away, one yod or one tittle shall by no means pass from Torah till all be done. Whoever then breaks one of the least of these commands, and teaches men so, shall be called least in the reign of heavens. But whoever does and teaches them, he shall be called great in the reign of heavens." What most Bible believers do not realize is that being born into this world, we break through into a matrix. This matrix represents the network or grid of rules that govern this world created by our Creator from the beginning. The problem is most Bible believers do not realize the significance thereof, with the result that they live irresponsible in the world in general. We read in Numbers, Bamidbar 18 verse 15, "Everything that open the matrix in all flesh, which they bring unto Yahweh, whether it be of men or beasts, shall be yours. Nevertheless, the firstborn of man shall you surely redeem, and the firstling of unclean beasts you shall redeem." So the question is, what is the matrix precisely? Elohim created the world we live in with words that consists of letters. Like unto a computer program that consists of language symbols that run to create workable solutions for us to enjoy on our interface equipment, like a laptop we use for work or fun. So the Creator created the world we live in for us to enjoy through our interface, namely our bodies. There are physical observable laws and spiritual unseen laws that build this matrix. Scientists have found that there is visible laws in nature that govern our world and invisible laws. So, for example, we can observe the sun that creates light and heat, with the result that our garden plants grow, but we cannot physically observe the laws that keep the sun in its daily path, that it runs from sunrise to sunset every day. Spiritually, there is blessings to be gained in keeping mitzvot, commands. The Shabbat, for example, allow us physical rest as we find ourselves refreshed. But there is also a spiritual principle in resting on the Shabbat that we call shalom, and it is difficult to explain to someone that has never experienced it in keeping the Shabbat. Ignorance is bliss. Bible believers today would like to ignore these spiritual laws set out in the Bible for Israel to live by, and consequently run into the curses as mentioned in our reading portion. These curses influence all aspects of our lives, from our health, our relationships, business, to our safety and freedom, just to mention a few. Choosing some laws and ignoring others is also the fashion of the day. Churches preach prosperity to members and teach them the tithing principle at the cost of ignoring other Bible instructions that lead to fulfillment, happiness, and what we like to call shalom. Our enemies rejoice in the ignorance that we show in not studying these word principles for life, with the result that the curses listed in our reading portion appear in our lives, and we wonder why. In Devarim 28 verse 15, "And it shall be, if you do not obey the voice of Yahweh your Elohim, to guard to do all his commands and his laws, which I command you today, that all these curses shall come upon you and overtake you." Why would Elohim create the matrix, and why would he install us in its network to find ourselves surrounded by laws, regulations, and commandments? We must not forget the end goal of all that has been done for mankind. We are in training to become kingdom citizens that know and keep the principles of the kingdom. In the world to come, everyone will know how to behave and love our King and our Elohim, his Father. No one will be found being ignorant of the Torah principles, and we will enjoy the blessing of it all. Yeshua Yavo, may Yeshua return soon.